So we've made it up, guys, to the top 5. And who are my top 5? Let's get right into this. Not gonna waste anybody's time too much. Let's just get right into this. Number 5 is a character that, if you didn't know about him, or you probably just remember that one of the writers, Warren Ellis, made him pretty much a star, even before even though he's been around, Warren Ellis really gave you a big notion of who this guy really is. And that is none other than Mr. John Strongbow, aka American Eagle. This guy right here, under Warren Ellis's run of Thunderbolts, beat the living hell out of Bullseye. And yeah, I'm good. I'm just making sure I'm moving, guys. So Karen. But yeah, he definitely beat Bullseye just like that. No qualms asked. And he's a little different from the first American Eagle, who looked more like a warrior, brave. This one, that was his brother. John Strongbow, he looks more like a biker. He dresses in leather. He's got super strength, endurance, things like that. But he also carries on the side. He has a crossbow here, and he can use it very well. But he loves his motorcycles. He loves his motorcycle, and his name is cool. I don't mind his name. I don't mind it. The eagle is a very powerful bird, and it represents. It's a very, very important animal in Native American culture, and mythology and things like that. You always see the eagles on totems and things like that. You always see him there. So I have no problem with that. But he's a great character. And if you don't know a lot about him, once again, just research him, guys. I guarantee you'll see what I'm talking about. So move on to number 4. Number 4 is none other than a character that we all fell in love with in the 90s on the hit show Gargoyles. Talking about none other than Miss Elise Massa. She is of Sarsi, and she's Native and black. The actress who played her, Sally Richardson Whitfield, spot on, great choice. You ever see her, looks just like her. And you can see why Greg Wiseman changed her ethnicity, because she was supposed to be Latin, but they changed that. I think she was supposed to be Puerto Rican. But Elisa just is a great ally to the team. Think of, she's April O'Neil, but just more. And better, yeah, better. Second class NYPD detective. She's seen some stuff, but she's like a rock. She's like a rock. The fear that she first had turned to loyalty, turned to respect for the gargoyle race, everything. She just became such a great character. And when she was shot, I really thought they were going to kill her off, and that would have broke my heart if they had did that. But she's such a great character, and I'm glad to see that she was there through everything, and such a loyal character, and I love her for that. That's one thing I respect the most about Elisa, is her loyalty. She never gave up on the clan. All the time, she was there whenever they needed her. She was there, and I love that about her. Just a great character. Character indeed. So we're gonna move on to number 3, and number 3 is Danny Moonstar, aka Mirage. if I remember correctly, Danny Moonstar's mutant powers were, and I use that in past tense because she doesn't have her mutant powers anymore. She was able to create illusions. I believe it was illusions. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was illusions. But their illusions were so real, you couldn't tell if they were fake or not. I believe. I'm trying to remember. But when she lost her powers after M-Day, that just took her character a whole new level, in my opinion. Losing her powers was almost in a way better for her. She proved that Storm wasn't the only one that can be great without her mutant powers. She proved that she can do the same thing. The woman, this Cheyenne beauty, was a Valkyrie. A Valkyrie. I don't think she was one of Odin's Valkyrie, but if I remember correctly, yeah, she wasn't one of Odin's Valkyrie, but she was a Valkyrie nonetheless. And that just gave her more, put another notch in my likings for her. And I loved her attitude. She didn't take any crap from anybody. You know, she would get in your face. If she needed to get in your face, she'd get in your face, no problem. You know, and you know, Danny's just a great character nonetheless. I'm glad to see that she was still being utilized to this day. Very much. Danny Moonstar, guys. I would love to see her make a live action appearance or something. Once again, just trying to figure out who could be her. But give a lot of credit to the Cheyenne Nation. So we move on to number 2. Checking the time, guys. Number 2 goes to none other than Connor from Assassin's Creed 3. My favorite of the Assassins. Why Ubisoft doesn't continue his story, I don't know. They continued Ezio's story, why not his? As they say, as the developers said about Connor, a tank with a Ferrari engine, and he lives up to that. But Connor, his character was so respectful. You respected the hell out of his character. Loyal to his tribe, the Mohawk tribe, but always wanted to do the right thing. If he found conflict between others, he tried to solve it the best way he could. And when he fought against the Redcoats, let's just say them Redcoats didn't have they walked into it's like walking into a brick wall. Too bad for them. I love seeing him interact with some of those great historical figures like George Washington, General Putnam, Sam Adams, and Paul Revere, Ben Franklin. These are founding fathers. You know, when he was in their presence, I never looked at him as being a lesser to them. I just looked at him, stand your ground, Connor. You know, like in terms of like he's an equal. And once again, it's his loyalty that I respect the most. You know, and you felt sad when you see him as a kid, and you know him trying to save his mother, and that really got to me right there. That got to me the most when you see him trying to lift I think debris had fell on his mother, and you just see him trying to lift it, and you're just like, you know, you get attached to characters like that. And throughout the whole game, I understood Connor's anger. I wanted him to find the people responsible for, you know, the people responsible. And, you know, you don't want to sound cynical and hard and hardcore and bloodthirsty, but you're like, you know, the people that did it, they deserve to get what's coming to them. And you loved his quotes. And I don't even have to say any of his quotes from the various games, the game and the trailers. You know, they were magical, but he was just a great character nonetheless. So, and I used to be able to say his Mohawk name just like that, but I can't say it as easy as I used to. I used to say it with They're straight, right pronunciation, everything. But now I have trouble with it, so I have to practice how to say it again, like when I'm using him in like fantasy fights or something like that. But I'm not gonna say it out of respect, things like that. I don't want to butcher it. Okay. But let's move on to the number one spot, and we're moving on. Once again, we're back in the X-Men world. One of my favorite X-Men, uh, James Proudstar, Warpath. His name fits him, and it's kind of stereotypical. It's a stereotypical, but if you saw this guy coming at you or in a fight, then you would understand. Yo, this dude, like this 7 foot tall Apache mutant is no joke. The amount of abilities that his mutation gives him is impressive. And he was just, every time he was utilized in any story, I loved it. You talk about another guy that didn't take any crap from anybody, Warpath didn't. Now, yeah, for a long time he did blame Charles Xavier for the death of his brother, John Proudstar, Thunderbird, the first Thunderbird. But he finally came to grips and to peace with it, and I believe he even apologized for his anger towards Xavier. But one of the other tools of the trade that he's known for, besides his mutation and his size and strength and everything like that, is his giant Bowie knives that are made of vibranium. They were given to him by Storm, and he wields these two Bowie knives, and they're huge. He wields them like toothpicks, and he has such great accuracy with them. And it amazes me that these knives are so big, and you think him throwing them with, at high speed trajectory and things like that, they would like go off course or miss the enemy by a mile, but nah. He throws these bad boys, and it is. I remember seeing him fight Sentinels one time, and he threw these things with such accuracy, took a Sentinel out one shot with him, and it was just like, it was almost like almost like beat that, Wolverine. It was so bad. It was so badass, and Warpath is just a great character, and he makes my number one. But that's it, guys. That is it. So I want to thank everybody who enjoyed this, and to all my native brethren and sisters, and or half-bloods like me. I want to thank everybody for taking the time and seeing who's my top 20 favorite Native American fiction characters. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And this is Mom and Kid coming to you from the opinion spot. And as always, you know my slogan, guys. In closing, peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real, guys. As always, I'll see you guys next time. You guys take care. Take care.